Welcome back to another Strixhaven draft here on ZMTG. I'm Zake, your host, and let's get into this because it's already started. Our rare is Joined Researchers, which is not the greatest one. It does allow both us and our opponent to draw 3 cards, and it can become prepared anytime our opponent has more cards in hand at the end of the beginning of each end step. I think out of all these cards, Cuboid Colony is a great one, but I did just play blue-green. Wisdom of Ages is really strong as an endgame finisher to get all your instants and sorceries back from the graveyard. Terrafractal is a great flying creature with X in its cost, so you can have it be as big as you have mana for. Garrison Excavator is also really strong. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 red and white spirit creature token. I think we're going to do that one. And we can either take blue cards, or we can take white cards. The Ascendant Dust Speaker is also really strong. But this one only matters as much if you have this one. These combo really well together because every turn you can remove something from your graveyard or your opponent's with this card. So if that comes back to us, we'll be in pretty good shape. A blue-red tapped land enters untapped if we control 2 or more lands. We've got the Petrified Hamlet, which is kind of an interesting land. I haven't really used it very much. Textbook Tabulator is a good blue. Not a lot of reds in here. Zealous Lorecaster is a great endgame red, though, that lets you return instants or sorceries from your graveyard. And it combos with our Garrison Excavator, too, because it makes something leave the graveyard, so we'll take that one for now, and we'll see what comes back to us here. I have a feeling this land will be gone. Maybe the Elemental Mascot or the Textbook Tabulator come back, and then we'll kind of lock into red-blue. Or if we get lucky, we could get the red-white land on the way back here, too, as well as an Owl Historian. Also cares about stuff leaving our graveyard, so it works in our synergies if we go with red-white. There's also Harsh Annotation, which just lets us destroy a creature, but it gives our opponent a 1/1 with flying, which can be kind of detrimental to your progress. So Zealous Lorecaster for now is a big 6-drop that we will take. Hop to It has been way stronger than I expected in this format. We also have a Stand Up for Yourself, destroy target creature with power 3 or greater. Dig Site Inventory is better in the Rep RT color pair, so black-white. We're not really looking at that currently. We could just double up on the Zealous Lorecasters. It's the only thing in this deck or in this pack that works directly with the red-white color pair we're thinking about going with. Fractalize turns things into fractals, but it's been pretty weak every time that I've run it, so I think it's between this and one of these. Actually, taking the Destroy spell for now, and then a Lorecaster if it comes back to us might be the move. Just because having some removal is important. Plus, it means that we'll have an instant or sorcery in our graveyard to actually use with this card. So, we'll take the Stand Up for Yourself. Waiting on a pack. Flashback lets us remove stuff from our graveyard. Pretty huge. Pyretic Ritual turns 2 mana into 3. Not bad, but not amazing either. Primary Research removes stuff from our graveyard by returning a permanent with mana value 3 or less to the battlefield from the graveyard. Oh, but here's an Ascendant Dust Speaker. We just take that. Like, this is the best combo in the game for red-white, in my opinion. Turn 4, you get a Garrison. Turn 5, you get a Dust Speaker, and then every turn from turn 5 onwards, you're making 2/2s. Unless they blow up one of them. Heated Argument's also an awesome removal spell. If that comes back around, we might grab it. Flashback would be nice, but this is every turn removed from graveyard, and this is a single time removed from graveyard. So Flashback will be good if it comes back to us. We'll snag it. Vibrant Outburst for the blue-red color pair is pretty nice. Does 3 damage to any target and taps a creature. Red-white, though, our Pursue the Path lets us flashback this spell, which also removes it from our graveyard. For 2, we get to gain 2 life, discard a card, and draw 2 cards. And then for 4, we get to do it again and remove it from our graveyard. We will run that one, I think. Seize the Spoils if it comes back is a great one. Dig Site Inventory is an option if we have to. It also has flashback, so that will let us cast spells from our graveyard. Ancestral Anger only cares about how many of it are in the graveyard, doesn't really let us flashback anything. So I think the Dig Site Inventory is actually our move here. just as another flashback spell. Burst Lightning is always great removal, but it is a little expensive, costing 5 to deal 4 damage. There's other options that only cost around 3 or 4 to deal 4 or 5 damage, so definitely going to run this. Fields of Strife would be nice for tapped land that is in our color pair. But again, I think at least one of these will come back to us. So we should be okay taking a dig side inventory here. Spirit Call Enthusiast lets us target creatures and give them +2/+2 and becomes prepared anytime a token enters. So that actually would work really well with our Garrison Excavator, which is going to have us getting a lot of tokens. Tackle Artist ends up being really strong as well if we've got some spells that we cast for 5. A lot of our flashback spells will be cast for 5, but neither of the ones we have so far actually will trigger that upper opus ability. So we could get another dig side inventory, but if this pack comes back to us, we'll grab either that or the Tackle Artist. So hopefully, anyway, take our Spirit Call Enthusiast for now. Not a single card in our color pair here. Social Snub would let us sacrifice a creature we control and force our opponent to sacrifice a creature, and each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. I think we'd go for the Visionary's Dance though here, because it's another thing, another spell that we can get into our graveyard pretty easily with its discard mode. But we probably won't end up running it because it's in the wrong color pair unless we get some good fixing. Another Ascendant Dustspeaker, I think we just have to take that over the Zealous Lorecaster. It combos with the Garrison Excavator way better, so that will be the one for this pack. Owlin Historian cares about stuff leaving our graveyard, or the red-white land is here for Surveilling. Surveilling also lets us get things into our graveyard as well. But we'll take this for now and hope that another Fields of Strife shows up. I like this spell, but it doesn't feel good to destroy something just to give our opponent a 1/1 with flying that then they can buff up and kill us with. So another dig side inventory would be good here. Another Zealous Lorecaster as well, but I feel like we only really want one of them. We've got better ways and cheaper ways to remove stuff from our graveyard. The Goblin Glassrite is a great 2-drop that we have none of so far. The Blazing Fire Singer is nice, but it takes a little bit of setup. You have to get it out and then pay 3 again to get 5. So I mean, not the worst. Doesn't put anything in our graveyard either though. Another Ancestral Anger, so if we get a couple more of those, we could have that be pretty good. Mind into Matter, I haven't even seen this card. Draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. That's cool. Just a big draw spell if you have a lot of mana. Repel Calamity lets us destroy some creatures. I might take that. And creatures with power or toughness 4 or greater, so whatever their biggest stuff is, we can remove it. Eager Glyph Mage is a great one that creates a token, so we may end up getting one of those. It's actually the only other thing in this entire deck. Oh, also the Strife Scholar in this pack creates 2 2/2s for a total cost of 6. And it's got Ward, pay 2 life. The stats on it aren't that great at a 3/2, but yeah, I mean, I think Repel Calamity is the strongest spell in here for sure. Just a great instant destroy spell, so. Strongest spell in our color pair, at least. I think Additive Evolution is really good. Another Stand Up for Yourself shows up. We've got a Stone Docent, which lets us remove things from our graveyard. Remove this creature from our graveyard. Bulk Up is also really good, and it has Flashback. I think we take that first. And we'll hope that the Stone Docent comes back around. We don't need another Zealous Lorecaster. We've already seen 4 of those. Stand Up for Yourself would be really good, but we do have one already, so. Let's take a look at where we're at with instants and sorceries. This is probably getting sideboarded. Instant. Sorcery. An instant. And then 2 more sorceries. We're looking a little low on our creature count, but we've got plenty more time to get them. Bulk Up come in for another instant or sorcery. Duty Beyond Death is pretty strong if you've got a big board, and that's what we are looking to do with our our 2/2 tokens. Elite Interceptor would be a great pick if it comes back to us. Another Zealous Lorecaster, just the most common card in all of these packs apparently. Decorum Dissertation is a paradigm spell in black that lets you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life every turn. I'd say this is one of the weakest paradigm spells. If I was in black, I would definitely take it, but you could put it on your opponent any turn that you want them to lose 2 life, but they also get 2 cards out of it. Or you can ping yourself for 2 every turn to gain 2 cards. Or Return the Favor. Copy target instant spell, sorcery spell, activated ability, or triggered ability, and also change the target of target spell. This ended up being really good every time I've seen it played. I haven't gotten to play it, but it ends up being really strong, so we'll take it for now. This could be good if we're wanting to splash that blue-red spell, but I don't think we're looking to do that unless we're forced to, so we're kind of playing an early game like aggression with late game token generation here. Kind of our goal. So we'll take the Return the Favor, and we can hopefully keep some of our stuff alive with it. Pay 3 and change the target of a spell, or copy it even. Shattered Acolyte is a decent 2-drop. Lets us destroy an artifact or enchantment, and it also has a lifelink. It's a 2/2. Helping Hand lets us return stuff from the graveyard though, which also builds into our synergies. But I think we're hurting so much for 2-drops, I'm going to take this for now. And if we're lucky, Helping Hand comes back around to us. Also a blue-red land that we could use for our fixing on the sideboard spell Visionary's Dance, but like I said, we're working on avoiding that for the most part. These will both go over here as our instants and sorceries, which we have a lot of right now. We need some more creatures. There's another Lorehold charm, but we get another Goblin Glassrite. I can never say that one. Goblin Glassrite for more treasure tokens in the early game. Helps us cast our bigger spells a little sooner, so we'll take it. Forum Necroscribe's been pretty cool, but I've never really even gotten it off because it gets destroyed every time I get to that much mana. Lorehold charm's pretty decent, but its modes are not the best in the world, so the only thing in our color pair here is the Borrowed Knowledge, so we're going to take Page Loose Leaf as an extra 2-drop for now, in case we need it. Helping Hand comes to us. Another Spirit Call Enthusiast, but I think we're doing pretty good on bigger creatures. Also a Mage Tower Referee. I think the Helping Hand, though. We can return any of these 5 creatures using it, but then it'll trigger our other stuff, so. I think the Strife Scholar actually is our best move here. Let's make another 2/2. It's a 3 cost to be used with the Helping Hand if we want. We'll take that for now. Eager Glyph Mage would be good too, but our main 4-drop is definitely the Garrison Excavator. That's what we want to be casting on turn 4. Our Stone Docent comes back. Very nice. We get another 2-drop that can be exiled from the graveyard for free. We'll take one more Zealous Lorecaster that we probably won't run, so I'll sideboard it for now. Another Page Loose Leaf. I think we have to take that just in case we're running it, because it lets us discard a card called Page Loose Leaf and then reveal cards until we reveal an instant or sorcery, and we put that into our hand. I don't know if we'll end up running it, but we'll take a Spell Pierce here. We're definitely not going to run a Fractal Mascot. And a land. Sideboard those. We get a Hardened Academic in the 3rd pack. It's a Bird Cleric with discard a card. This creature gets lifelink until end of turn. And it has bonuses for when cards leave our graveyard, putting counters on every creature we want, or any creature that we want. I think that is the move here. When this comes back to us, we have a Lorehold Charm we could use. We have a Rapier Wit we could use. Mage Tower Referee for one more 2-drop if we want it. Or a Rubble Rouser that actually lets us exile stuff from our graveyard as well. So that's a really, really strong like payoff for, or not payoff, but trigger for our payoffs that care about stuff leaving the graveyard. Definitely taking the Hardened Academic first though, because our main payoff right now for stuff leaving the graveyard is just our Garrison Excavator. And we're going to want some other things. We also have Elling Historian that gets +1/+1, but the ink-shaped demonstrator cares if we target creatures. The eager glyph mage gives us the 1/1 with flying. I think the tackle artist though is actually my favorite card out of this pack. Tackle artist is just good because it's a trample body that grows. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and if 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature instead. We have a handful of flashback ones here that we can cast for quite a lot, so this one will only cast for 4, unfortunately. I think the only one we actually have that casts for 5 is Bulk Up, so we'll make sure we bring that with us. Bulk Up and Tackle Artist can actually win you a game on their own if you do it correctly. Impractical Joke is a great removal spell. Damage can't be prevented, and it deals 3 damage to 1 creature or planeswalker. There's also another Goblin Glasswright. There's a Potioner's Trove and Abigail. Abigail's pretty nice, but she doesn't do anything with our color pair at all. Well, she's a black-white, obviously, so. Or Zav. We've got another Ascendant Death Speaker, but with 2 of them, I think we're going to be okay. I think we just take the extra removal spell here. We have quite a few of them, but that's looking to be where we're headed with this deck. How are we doing on creatures? We have 15, so we're not looking too bad. Another Garrison Excavator, that's huge. We could take a Spirit Mascot if it comes back to us. That's a really good one for graveyard payoff as well. Living History also cares about stuff leaving our graveyard. Gives a creature 2/2/0, but Garrison Excavator is just super good. So we have some options for what we could take on the way back. Pursue the Path wouldn't be so bad as well. Garrison Excavator will do the best we can here. Cody is interesting. It doesn't let you cast permanent spells, but then it does some interesting stuff with instants and sorceries. So if you cast it in the late game, you can have some good payoffs with it. But a Summon Dromedary can leave our graveyard every turn, basically, in the late game, especially if you have ways to discard it, like with Hardened Academic. Colossus of the Blood Age is a huge 6/6 that you cast for 4 and a red and a white. And I really like it. But the Dromedary just combos with everything that we have really well, so I think that's going to be stronger here. Another Pursue the Past might come back to us. Maybe the Colossus will if we're lucky. I wouldn't mind having that and 1 copy of Zealous Lorecaster. Choreograph Sparks. This spell can't be copied. Choose 1 or both. Copy target instant or sorcery. And copy target creature spell. Okay. It makes a token of it. There's also a Braid, though, which is a really good removal spell. Also our red-white tap land with the Surveil. Plus a Goblin Glasswright. One of these things will come back to us, I think. Because I'm pretty sure we still get this pack one more time. So. Choreograph Sparks we'll take for now. Requisition Raid. Destroys an artifact or enchantment, can be cast for 4. Or a Spirit Mascot, though. Spirit Mascot's going to be stronger here. It's that 2/2 that grows each time something leaves our graveyard, which is our whole build. So we will take the growers. We like growers and not showers. Monstrous Rage. I don't even have to look at the rest of the pack. Monstrous Rage is an insane card right now. Stacks super well with our Tackle Artist as well. If we do Tackle Artist, Monstrous Rage, he becomes a 7 or an 8/7, I think, right off the bat, or close to that. And then we double his power and we hit him for 16. It's wild. That's an insane combo. Ooh, a Rapier Wit here, I think. 13 and 18 on creatures. I think we take the Rapier Wit just in case we want a way to interact with our opponent's board. We have a couple multicolored spells, but not very many. We've only got 2 right now. 3 with the Pursue the Past, so. We'll do an Eager Glyph Mage here. I don't know if we'll run it. Although we only have 2 5-drops right now, so maybe we'll take the Ajani's Response. Pay 5 and destroy a creature, or pay 2 if that creature is tapped. Nothing that we can take. We'll take the Biblioplex, but I don't think we'll run it, most likely. Another Spirit Mascot. We definitely will pick that with our color pair. Nearing Shade Rider. Can't run it. And an interjection that we could run, but we probably won't. As we get into building the deck here, I want to say, if you guys are enjoying the content, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got lots more Magic the Gathering videos coming for you. If you like this video, throw a like on it and comment down below and tell me what you think the weakest card that you've played so far in the set is. What's looked good, but been not so good. So when we're building this, we want to first get our payoffs. So we'll get flashback spells, things that care about graveyards. Anything that cares about a graveyard basically first. Remove something from our graveyard. Remove something from our graveyard. Cares about things leaving our graveyard. Can remove from our graveyard multiple times. Removes things from our graveyard. This one is just okay because we only have one copy of it, so I'm going to leave that. The double Garrison Excavator, one Zealous Lorecaster, our Hardened Academic, and our 2 Spirit Mascot. So this is our main deck here for sure. These are the things that really do a lot. And then let's go see our flashback spells. We've only got a couple of them, but Bulk Up is a must. 2 Dig Side Inventories doesn't hurt, and a Pursue the Path for drawing some cards. Now, I think if we just run some removal, we've got 11 creatures. We could run one more, or a couple more maybe. We've got a decent amount of 2-drops though. Everything's a 2-drop except for Pursue the Past and Bulk Up. We've got some pretty powerful instants and sorceries. We definitely want Monstrous Rage. We definitely want the Tackle Artist. That thing's been insane. We could grab another 3-drop. We could grab one more 2-drop. Impractical Joke is a great removal spell in the early game. Choreograph Sparks lets us copy a lot of those spells. Return the Favor also lets us copy spells. And that is a 40-card deck right there. Let's we've got a decent amount of ways to remove stuff from our graveyard, so let's actually cut one of these big guys. I hope I don't regret that, but we could get a Repel Calamity as another removal spell. And I almost wonder if, since this isn't at instant speed, maybe we remove that and we just keep that extra Ascendant Death Speaker, because then we got 2 and 2 on our 2 main payoffs. I think that'll do it. Let's get into some games. Oh, let me check our lands. I keep forgetting to do that. 15 and 12. I'm going to leave it how it is. 9 and 8 seems fine for that. We don't have a whole lot of double cost stuff either, but we do have some early game spells with that, so. All right, getting into the game, we have kind of a tough starting hand here. But since it's our first game and we at least have both of our colors, I'm going to go ahead and do it. We also have one piece of our main combo too, so. All we got to do is hope that we draw our 4-drop, the Garrison Excavator, I think it's called. And then we'll be looking good. Drawing us another land is not the worst thing in the world with how big our stuff is right now. He drops an Inkling Mascot in. Another land. Well, we have all 6 lands for the Zealous Lorecaster, so I guess we can't be too upset, but play another red one, drop in our Spirit Call Enthusiast. That's a 3/3 that can block their 2/2, but they might just remove it. Nope, they're not going to. They're going to Surveil 2 instead. Dude, another land. You can't make this shit up. We're not going to swing. Starting with 4 lands and then drawing only lands is wild. He'll swing in with that because he doesn't care if he loses it now that it's given him the enters trigger. I can't block it because I really need this to give me some value later. He's got another Melancholic Poet. Okay. We'll definitely cast a Spirit Mascot here. And then next turn we get our Death Speaker out and we start removing stuff from graveyards. But we don't have anything in our graveyard currently, so if he swings with the Ink Mage again, I'm going to let this die. And then we can start getting some payoffs in our graveyard, hopefully. Giving his flyer +1/+1 and hitting us for 2 just from the Melancholic Poets. We'll swing in with both, which is actually good for us. We'll block that. He'll return this to his hand. Dude, another land. That's crazy. Put a +1/+1 counter on this. Remove something from our graveyard. put another +1/+1 counter on it. I could swing and be able to kill both of these, but I think I need to just play the blocks for now. He's got a removal spell, doesn't he? Don't ya? Oh, okay. He does not currently have a removal spell. Bro, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands in our first draws. I feel like I have to get this out just to have another creature to potentially die and to block stuff. I want to swing, but I have to defend. I have no choice. He gets to swing with a 4/6 on this turn, and he can give it Death Touch if he wants to. He's going to give it to the Inkling Mascot instead. That Surveil is really doing work for him here. I can't block that. My Ascendant Death Speaker will die, and that's not good for us, but he's going to get to continue doing it every single turn. And he makes another flyer. I think that's game. Let's go like this. Let's put the +1/+1 counters on this guy. And one on this guy too, why not? Remove his swamp that he got rid of. The only one I can swing in with this is this one. I probably should have put both counters on the Zealous Lorecaster to block his Scathing Shadelock. But I think this is a lost game anyways. This is a lost cause. We're just getting pinged every turn for 2 with Melancholic Poet. For free with this too, because every first main phase it becomes prepared. So. Yeah, it's gonna be game. He just pings us with Melancholic Poet over and over again. So 0-1 going into game 2. Here we are in game 2 with yet another hand that we probably shouldn't keep. I'm gonna listen to my gut here and mulligan it. Oh man. Do we not have enough 2-drops? Is that what this is going to be here? At least we have enough for our Spirit Call Enthusiast on turn 3. And we can Monstrous Rage it on the next turn if we need to, so we'll keep this. We want to keep our Garrison Excavator, so I think I have to get rid of Choreographed Sparks for now. This is a great payoff, but it needs another piece to combo, so everything else here is good on its own. Dude, another land. I cannot believe it. I mean, we'll take another land for Garrison Excavator, but I need to not draw any more lands. I only need creatures now. And there's another land. Perfect. If I draw another land here, I'm gonna cry. Another land. At least you have a 3/3 to block his 2/2s, but he's gonna blow it up immediately. That would be the smart thing to do, so. He just makes it so it can't block. Okay. I mean, at least it survives. Bro. Someone at Wizards hate me. The guys at the Wizards place do not like me right now. He's gonna make us not able to block again. Oh no, but he's got the Garrison Excavator as well. Pings us for 1. Ooh, okay. This gets better now. We immediately discard one of these freaking lands that we don't need. And then I swing in with these 2. And depending on what he's gonna do here, we'll let him go to blockers. Let's see what he wants to block. Nothing. All right, we're gonna Monstrous Rage this. Gain back some of our life. Oh, and that gives us a token for our sorcery here too. That's wild. I didn't even think about that. You get a Monstrous Roll token, which is in fact a token. The turnaround right there was crazy. Hardened Academic has been really powerful every time I've seen it. It gets removed immediately like it's about to, but he's gonna blow it up with another ping for 1, I think. Or maybe he just wants to get his removal payoffs and targets payoffs. Oh, nope, he's got one. Okay. That's fine. We got some life out of it at least, so. But he's got a real wide board now. I can't block those. Unfortunate. And he puts +2/+0 on his fire. Love that for me. And another land. Perfect. Just what I was hoping to draw. Can I even do anything by swinging in right now? I don't think so. I think if I swing in, I just get killed on the swing back. 6. Yeah, I do, so I can't. And it's sorcery speed, so I can't do it in response to anything. I think it's just GG. If he can remove this, make it so I can't block. That's gonna be the game. He gets another 1/1, he gets another 2/2. He targets our stuff. He swings with everybody, and I die. What's he gonna give the extra attack to? A flyer. Oh no, this is menace creature. Oh, and then he doubles its power. All right, that's pretty much GG. I mean, I can't block. I can't block it at all. That's GG. GG. I can't do my emotes, but man, the red-white color pair has been rough every time I've played it. I'm gonna say no. I did not have fun in that. Drawing 6 lands. Here we are, 0-2 going into game 3. We have 2 2-drops to get on the board, but we have another 4 lands, and I'm willing to bet we're gonna have the same luck we've had in the last 2 games and draw only lands. Oh, let's go. Even just that makes me happier. I'm gonna play a white land even though we can't cast this yet. I don't know if we want to play the Hardened Academic right away or save it for a later payoff. And we get a Tackle Artist. Okay, this is already looking way better than it was before. We'll get our 3/1 in, and we'll save this in case we want to destroy an artifact or enchantment that they have. Next turn we can get our 2/1 and swing in for 5. Or more than that if we want to. Although I think we wait. Casting Monstrous Rage too early could be bad. Getting Tackle Artist out first instead is probably stronger. They get a Startled Relic Sloth. I might use my Monstrous Rage to kill that. If they block the... Oh, and we get Bulk Up too. If they block the Stone Docent here, I can kill this. I'm gonna wait on this though too. Because if I put this in the graveyard and it's got a flashback, he might decide not to block so they can get rid of it with the free exile trigger on this. So... let's play this though, to make him feel a little safer about blocking our Stone Docent. When you don't have all your mana up, your opponent becomes more likely to make a mistake, like they just did. Now we can exile this from our graveyard and get a free +1/+1 counter on our 2/2 with lifelink, and our Garrison Excavator comes out next turn. The Scathing Shadelock again. We do not like that card. I get the Garrison Excavator out first though, and then I just swing in with Hardened Academic for free and keep our other blockers in case we need them. I'm a little short on lands here, but it's all right. I'd like to get Tackle Artist out next turn and cast my Dig Site inventory, but we'll need 1 more land. I think he blows this up. He really looking like he doesn't like that being there. Yeah. That's okay, because we do have a backup if we need it. I might even be able to just stack this twice. Give it 5 total. If he swings, oh, he doesn't swing. Okay. So we go like this. We dig side inventory our hardened academic. Get a +1/+1 counter on both of them. Is he gonna blow up the tackle artist? I think he is. Our bulk up could win us the game here if we're lucky. You can't block that with your non-flying creature, or do you have something to make him have flying? Okay. That's fine. He doesn't realize that we're about to double the power of this creature, so it's not gonna matter. I can turn this into a 5/4. Ooh, okay. We'll be able to at least get him to 1, it looks like. He passes with some mana up, a little concerning. Oh, another dig side inventory, no way. Put a +1/+1 counter on that. Put a +1/+1 counter on this. And another +1/+1 counter on this. Swing in. Let's see how he blocks this. Double target creature's power. Come on, you do not have removal right now, do you? Hey! Let's go, we got one. I'm telling you, Hardened Academic in red-white is outperforming by far for just being a 2/1. We have been getting the 4-land hands all day today, but we're gonna keep this one because we have Hardened Academic for immediate pings in the air, Summon Dromedary to get continuous leaving graveyard effects, and then Ascendant Dust Speaker as well for another flyer, so we'll keep this. Plus it gets our continuous graveyard effects as well. Ooh, we can also pursue the past to discard one of these lands that we have too many of and draw 2 cards. I think I might do that pretty early just to cycle through these extra lands that we have. And then we can use it later on to get the flashback ability. Bogwater Luminate, very good common. An Owl Historian on turn 3 wouldn't be too bad either. We will play our white, of course, and pursue the past. Discard one of our lands. Draw 2 more. Yeah, I thought we were going to draw 2 more lands. Ooh, the 2/1 flyer. This thing's got a lot of text on it. When it enters, it creates a 1/1 green and black pest creature token. And then it also has Infusion. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana, the amount of life you gain this turn. Okay. We got another land. I'm going to drop the Owl Historian in and make sure we're not about to get another land, because that's the last thing we need. Garrison Excavator we will keep. I may be having to drop the Summon Dromedary on this next turn, but we'll see. Let's see what he does here. I can block anything he attacks with as long as he doesn't have a... Okay, well, he's just gonna remove it, that's fine. Decent amount of damage there. He could bring stuff back from the graveyard, but first we're gonna play our Dromedary. It's a little harder to get rid of. If you exile it, we're not looking so good, but I think that's what he's about to do. I bet he has the 4 mana exile spell. He's about to remove it, and we're gonna be looking a little rough. It gives a creature +1/+1. Swings for 2. Swings with both, huh? He's gained 1 life. He can't bring this back with that. But I think we block the Ambitious Augmenter anyways, because it's got a much stronger payoff. He puts the counters on this for sure. Oh no, he creates a fractal with it. That's right. Oh, and then he still gets to bring it back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. I'm going to need to put this in and immediately discard my Zealous Lorecaster so that I can get lifelink on this guy. I can swing with the Dromedary because it's got Vigilance. Still got our 4/3 blocker on the ground. Being able to gain a couple life every turn is going to be really important though, so. I think next turn we do the Ascendant Dust Speaker and start getting counters on stuff. Oh my goodness. Tragedy Feaster. Trample and Ward 7/6. I think that's going to be game. I don't think there's a lot we can do against that. He's just going to be swinging in hard on us every turn. We have a couple cards in our graveyard that we could exile, so we can at least get some payoff if we really want to. And a Slumbering Trudge, but with 3 stun counters on it. Okay. He has nothing to bring back. Gains more life. I think I remove the S token here, because he'll just bring every other card back each time we kill it. But removing some of his life gain might actually help us. We are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage though. But I'll have a blocker in the air on this next turn, so that's good. I don't think it matters though, we're so low. He doesn't have to sacrifice because he gained life. That's wild. This card is insane. Copy target creature spell you control. Ooh. Ooh. But it gains haste. Doesn't really matter to us right now. I think we just have to cast this, but it still doesn't win us this fight. We put a +1/+1 counter on this. We could discard a card and get lifelink. Oh, then we have to swing with this. Or we can just wait. Exile cards from our graveyard. Like this land. Put a +1/+1 counter on. Will it matter if we put it on this guy? No, we're probably just we're gonna burn one of these to block this. But I think we need to be able to block one of their big guys with this, and we'll discard a card to have lifelink. I think that might be the only way that we survive this. If he doesn't have a creature, keeping the Tragedy Feaster, no, he does. Every card he's got is creatures, basically, except for 2 sorceries and instants he's played so far. So he gains life. That means the infusion on this is active. He swings in for 7 with trample. We have to block with both of these. We have no option. Plus a 2/1, 2/2. What are we gonna do here, bud? What's the move? I think he might just swing with the Tragedy Feaster, actually. If he swings with everything, I think I can still survive for 1 turn. Because I can discard a card to gain lifelink on this and block one of his smaller things to gain 4 HP. Come on, do it. You know you want to. You know you want to. Ah. Well. We still have some options. That was actually the best way that he could have played that. Shoot. I can discard a card, but I can't do anything with it. I have no choice. I have to block this. And I don't take any damage from the Tragedy Feaster, but I take 3 damage and go down to 1 HP. And then he's got a 4/4 next turn, plus the 2/1, a 2/2, and a 1/1. I have to do this. I have no choice. I need the life really bad. He gained 2 life, so he can bring back the Ambitious Augmenter again. Another Garrison Excavator. That does not win us this. We return this, we get a 2/2, and then that's game. We have 8 health, though. We could survive 1 more turn. And he puts counters on everything he's got every turn. Nice. Very nice. This guy was very careful. He checked every single move to make sure that it was in his best interest. We kill this. We block this. We still take 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 plus 2 is 8. Yep, we still die. The only thing, nah, there's nothing that we can do here. His numbers are perfect. 3 plus 1 is 4, 6, 8, yeah. GG. Dang. That green-black color pair just goes crazy. And he had a little bit of white there if he wanted to use it, but I don't think he actually did, so he didn't have anything to use for that payoff. Well, the red-white deck has been underperforming every time I've played it, so let me know if there's anything I really could have done there, but I think our biggest problem was that we got land flooded in our 2 first games, and then we were just sitting with an extra loss waiting to happen, so. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to throw a like on the video, subscribe for more MTG content, comment down below and tell me if you think Lorehold is actually secretly really strong and I just suck, because that could be the case. Other than that, you guys, I hope you have an awesome day. We will catch you on the next one. Later.